All right. We're gonna copy trade some Apex evals today. Let's try not to blow 5 at the same time. Fuck. We'll see. I'm gonna use smaller size. I'm copy trading them through Tradecopia right now. Also, smaller size, yeah. Also, I got a new webcam, so hopefully it's better. Hopefully I look more handsome in my hopefully it's a better quality. I look wider. Ooh. Yeah. I might need to mess with it a little bit, but but yeah, I needed a new one because my other one was old and it was had a lot of, it was kind of grainy. Yeah, so I had that one eval with Top Step that I think earlier this week in the morning we hit daily loss limit on it. So it was back to like a $500 balance. I ended up actually, let me see if I can show you. I ended up taking a long. It was this one, so it's at a $2,000 balance now. I took a long right here during the opening of Tokyo. So we're gonna work on that. We do have this this funded account, but I'm not gonna trade that today, or I might. But I kind of wanna test out this 5. I'm gonna try and trade this 5-pack of Apex accounts. You could technically pass them in one day, but I don't know. I'm gonna just probably take maybe take today and trade some evals, and then I gotta start trading the funded accounts because I've been kind of in eval mode. I've been in eval mode this week, just trying to trade evals. Got a couple funded though, so. We did have a pretty clean CPI though. Honestly, we could have tried to trade it, huh? We could have traded it. We honestly could have just passed all these we could have passed all the Apex accounts. I was kind of expecting this CPI to be kind of sketchy though. So if we do push down towards the open though, I will be watching to see if we actually come back to revisit data lows. have it marked out here, and if we continue selling, then we're probably taking these lows and potentially rotating lower. If we start pushing up off the open, you know, we did kind of grind down from the overnight, so not necessarily a grind down, but we did move down from the overnight. We did leave Asia highs and London highs. The only thing is just that what I'm kind of watching for today, or what I'm paying attention to, is we did take pretty meaningful structure from May, and it was kind of like a sweep, and we're kind of holding. So there is a chance that we push up, but we're not necessarily flipping back to being bullish until we really kind of get back above here, in my opinion. So we could always just, you know, have this move down, pop up, come up here, and then put in another lower high before the real rotation lower. So I'm keeping that in mind. But the gamma profile today is actually pretty weird. We have call wall and put wall on NQ sitting right next to each other, and it's technically in like we're flipping. It's like you have these zero gamma levels that are kind of within this negative gamma structure or profile currently. Dude, I wish I could change the color of these because I'm colorblind. It's hard to tell. Greens and reds for me. I wish I could change it to like blue and yellow or something. They need to add a colorblind assist. Where can I change it, Eddie? Open settings. At the top. Am I tripping? I'm gonna figure it out later. Market's about to open, but yeah, I need to change this so that it's not blue and red and green. Oh, where's the settings at? Where do I go? Uh-huh. Oh, open chart settings. Where? I'm at the top. Where's it at? Alright, it's all good. I'll just leave it like this. The market's about to open anyways, so. Yeah, we're gonna have to fix that. I need to change them because if you guys have noticed, none of my candles are blue and green, or red and green. There's a reason for that. Just go on your phone and drive. Yeah, the key area early on though is definitely going to be see what happens around here, around the put wall, or if we're going to go attack data lows. Saw a TikTok live trader longing. All right, let's go short then. What up, Joseph? I'm expecting us to be a little volatile today, though, so not in terms of making a massive move like what happened yesterday. I mean, it might happen again, but more so just in the sense of like really large candles, so. And if we do continue to push up, I'm looking for us to take London highs and make our way up into here to determine if we're actually going to take Asia highs and come into the HVL. But we're going to wait for a second. Oh, my bad. That thing was up on the screen. It's a pretty nasty whiplash on this candle. It's happening right now. Oh, need to be on the chart. All right, I'm gonna do that later. I'm gonna do it later. This morning, I might wait for us to kind of get out of this area. I've actually never seen it recently where the call wall and the put wall being in negative gamma territory with the call wall and the put wall, at least for Tanuki's platform, being right next to each other. Looks like we're about to break down though. I just find this whole area right here just like kind of sketchy for me to trade. It opened 1,000 instances and crashed your PC. That's crazy. Yo, what up, Apex? So right now, if we're gonna drop lower, I'm watching currently where the put wall is sitting, and then obviously if we get lower, we're coming down. I'm looking at data lows, but it's probably gonna happen in a single candle. What up, Bazooka? So I'm watching right here. There may be an opportunity to try and do a momentum try and play off the momentum to the downside if we are going to target data lows, but I'm just worried about us whiplashing within here because it's a very large area at this point. I mean, it's almost 200 points. Damn, that's nasty. I'm thinking of just probably waiting a little bit, waiting for this to settle down slightly. Oh shit. So we just took London highs. I'm watching it when we come up into this area, what it's looking like. If we're going to just really push through it and continue into Asia highs and then the HVL, or if we're going to if we're gonna just pop up and then start pummeling back down. looking kind of gross, honestly. This area is almost 1,000 ticks, almost 250 points. And we're just running back and forth in between it. Alright, so as we kind of push up into here, I'm going to start paying attention to see if we're actually going to continue or not. Because if we're going to just have, like, you know, buying pressure just continue, we're probably coming up to Asia highs. Long at 955, nice. Yeah, today, since, dude, the ATR is pretty large, so you really don't need a lot of size today, like at all. Even 5 micros for a lot of accounts is you'll easily, you know, turn that into $1,000 trades, or if they're not careful, $1,000 losses. We might continue this pump. How far away is Asia highs? Like 100 points. Yeah, this is pretty volatile, Joseph. You just gotta catch a fire entry. And use smaller size, maybe. It's moving pretty fast. It's a good day to try and trade these Apex accounts. If I catch the right trade, we could probably pass all 5 of them. Or we could make a mistake and blow all 5 of them. It's about to pump. We're about to pump. Deeper. Or maybe we just... Oh no, it's looking like it wants to take Asia highs, honestly. Alright. It's a banger trade, Choosy. Let's go. Is that 2 micros? 700 ticks at 2 micros? Banger. Generational long. Hell yeah, that's awesome. We still haven't taken... We got pretty close. This is the other positive note on the profile right now for Gamma. We just tapped into it. Damn, DS. DS is a beast. Have I ever used heat map? Yeah. You mean this? Yeah. For sure. There just hasn't really been an opportunity for me to try and trade it. But we got a lot of time. Still pretty early in the morning. With the type of volatility that we have, all I need is one solid trade. That's really it. Do I use it often? I use it every day. Use it every day. Damn, DS, did you get edged on that? Did you get edged on that one? The white bars on the side is the depth of market expressed as levels. Damn, that sucks. Took you out of that. Yeah, I'm not convinced that we're really going down yet. Yeah, for sure, DS. You've had some fire trades. I'm trying to see right now if we're really gonna end up falling back down and then eventually coming down to this area, or if we're just breathing real quick before we go run Asia highs. We do have the hourly candle and the 4-hour opening up, so it's kind of what I'm waiting for. I don't really like to get into a trade before that candle opens, or at least like 5 minutes before it opens. At least on a day like today where we're kind of volatile right now. ATR for 5-minute candles, at least for the trading view indicator, is saying that we're at a 96-point 5-minute candle. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of watching right now. Gerben. I hope I said that right. Gerben. These candles are huge. I might have to drop to 1 minute for execution. Because 5-minute candles are all over 100 points right now. The ATR is actually, look at this. On TradingView for 5-minute. It's insane. We're gonna have to try and snipe an entry on the 1-minute time frame. But we have the 4-hour about open right now, so we're gonna see what happens. If the 4-hour opens up and we make a push, like a push immediately down, and we begin to see sellers fail and buying pressure step back in, I'll probably try and take a long to Asia highs. Unless we just really have a lot of follow through to the downside, then if there's a lot of pressure and momentum, I might just we'll see. We'll see. It's kind of moving fast. There hasn't really been anything for me. Although I feel like this is gonna probably push lower first on the hourly. So I'm trying to see right now if we're really going to push or if this is about to be a failed attempt lower and we're about to start ripping up again. I'm going to try it with 4 micros, but I'm having a really tight stop loss, which probably going to get wrecked unless we start seeing that buying pressure start stepping in. I need this candle to start flipping bullish. The 5-minute at least to start flipping bullish. Alright, I'm gonna move break even, and we're just gonna, because we need to get past the POC of the 5-minute, so if we can push up pretty strong here. Caught a pretty good entry. We're gonna try and hold it up for Asia highs if we're gonna get follow through. Yeah, I went in 4 micros, so I'm not gonna trail stop. I'm just gonna leave it at break even. We're gonna try and just let it run. Give it some breathing room. It might snap back, but just let her go. I'm not gonna put a hard TP, but I want to see what happens up here in this area. I may start trailing stop a little bit. We'll lock in a little bit of profit, honestly. Where did we get in? 29,004. 29,004. That was a quick 100 points. That thing happened fast. Let's just not chop here. Let's just continue, please. You know what I'm actually gonna do? If this flips bullish, I'm gonna add into it with 2 micros and trail stop right below these sellers if they're gonna fail. See if we get like a further squeeze up. Actually, I should probably put it above the POC. Nah. It's the new 5 minutes. So if the 5 minute flips bullish, then we will add into it. And trail stop right below 5 minute wick if it will be a wick and we don't just slam all the way back down. Alright, unfortunate. We got in a pretty good entry, and then it went 100 points into profit, and then we're kind of like whiplashing a little. I still think it's gonna go up, but I'm kind of copy trading 5 accounts right now, so I gotta just be kind of careful. I kind of messed up though. I trailed that stop a little bit too aggressively. I should have left it at where it was. No. We're just gonna have to let it. It just gave my my trailing stop a little kiss on the cheek, and it's just gonna continue. Bad trade management. That was bad trade management. I mean, the idea was there though, right? We talked about it. We were saying that when the hourly opens up, if we push lower and start to see sellers fail, we're gonna try and go long to target Asia highs. We caught actually pretty good entry. And we did start kind of really aggressively moving to the upside. It was just sloppier management, because when I first got in, I was saying how I should leave stop at break even because I needed to give it room to kind of breathe, and then as we continued, I kind of tightened it, because when we have a really large ATR, I mean, things can easily kind of whiplash around before they end up working at. Was I looking to exit at Asia highs or let it run? I didn't have a hard TP. The target was Asia highs because it was like from entry, I think 29,004. It's like 160 points. I was probably gonna get out of Asia highs. I was gonna see what happened though. I was gonna start trailing stop the moment we started approaching. I was gonna start trailing stop actually pretty aggressively the moment we started approaching up here. But now I'm kind of concerned if we're going to do this. I really would hope that we do continue this push up, otherwise it's gonna be kind of like a nastier. I don't want us to whiplash right here is my point. But I do think we're probably going to actually come up here. Yeah, there they go. We fumbled. Oh, that was like the only entry I'll probably get this morning. I kind of messed it up. Oh, that's a nice entry, Cheesy. Do I ever partial? Rarely. Rarely. I'll add into winners and I'll hold. Wait, hold on. I'm seeing if we're just making a wick down before we just really start shooting up again. The only thing that's slightly concerning if I try and go long up here is we're longing straight into a positive gamma node, which is slightly sketchy. It'll probably just go without me. I'm gonna sit that one out. What up, Rebel? I think it's like, I don't know, like $100. The screenshot curse. Trailed out after taking the screenshot. Yeah, I was looking to see because we haven't taken it yet, right? We open up on the 5-minute. We immediately start pushing lower, but I wasn't convinced in that. So I was considering trying to re-enter into the longs down here. But I think it's better if we just don't do that. Because we would be entering, you know, right here is in the middle of this 200 point area. You know what I mean? Yeah, spot gamma is kind of expensive. I think they're like $200 or $300 a month or something. Ooh, $70 a month. There you go. And you know what's cool is that so I was talking to the Tanuki team yesterday. They mentioned that the replay mode is coming out. So you can do like a you could like backtest with their web platform. Whoa, what's happening? So that should be pretty cool. Yeah, use code NEVERFLAT if you guys are gonna do it. Gonna get it. Yeah, I have big trades in ATAS, yeah. It's getting a little messy in this area. It's getting a little messy. Dude, these 5 packs with Apex are dangerous, dude. I don't usually trade with Apex, but I was talking to I was talking to Mike Zones, and he was telling me that you can get 5 end of day trailing 50Ks for $190, and I was just like, you know, I'm trying to build up my Yeah, I do have a code for Tanuki trade. It's never flat. It's this. Here, I'll type it to you. That's the code. You'll get like 10% off. Yeah, the replay mode is what I'm excited for because I think that's pretty cool. Because the thing about Tanuki is they have these you know, they do intraday, like they update like every couple minutes. So their replay mode, you're gonna see on the 0DTE how the positioning is adjusting as price is moving around, which I think is important to kind of spend a little bit of time doing the replay. And then they're like collecting data as it kind of goes forward. So I think you can only go back in the beginning to May 26th. And then every day following is going to be able to be replayed, which should be pretty useful. Would I trade these evals with Ninja Trader, Copy Trader? I use Tradecopia. So I'm kind of sitting on my hands right now because we're having some nastiness happen right now. Yeah, we're spending a lot of time here. Volume's building here, probably just building value here, balancing out for a moment. There may be a pretty nice move though, a little later. If we're gonna continue doing this, you know, we may see a pretty decent price leg, maybe heading into lunch or PM session. Trump speaks soon. Man. Crazy time to be trading. I don't know how long you guys been trading for, but I remember when 50 ticks, a 200 tick trade was a banger. A 200 tick trade used to be like, wow. And a 100 point trade was like, oh my goodness. Because the daily candles used to be like 200 points. The the ATR with a value of 20 for daily candles recently is 600 points. That's nuts. And it's slowly just going up. But as a day trader or somebody who trades intraday, volatility is great for us. But sometimes there can be a little too much volatility where it makes it hard to get into an entry. But I'd rather there be a lot of volatility than no volatility. So, we can't. But there is a fine balance where like it's preferred, I guess. We're kind of leaning more towards the extreme recently. But it's all right. I'd rather have that than have us do nothing and just like compress all day and like be stuck in a 50-point range. So I want to wait for us to get out of this area, honestly. This looks like something that would blow some accounts. So I think it might be good to avoid it for the time being, unless we see something. But it's all kind of noise right now. My goal here today is to not blow 5 evals in a single day. I mean, I won't be able to blow them in a single day anyways because they have a daily loss limit, but I would prefer not to hit daily loss limit today. Yeah, I'm copy trading 5 evals right now. I'm trying to take like this week and just like pass a bunch of evals, and then we'll just focus on the funded accounts the rest of the month. But my before this week, my funded army has been pretty pathetic, to be honest. I've just had like one funded here, 2 fundeds there, so we got a couple fundeds now. And I have this other eval that I traded yesterday, which it has a $2,000 balance on it, so we'll probably pass that tomorrow. And then we'll stop trading evals because it is kind of wasting my time at this point because I do have funded accounts now. But I do prefer, I would like to have like, 8 to 10 fundeds. So I can copy trade them in groups and then also maybe take one of them and just try and full port it on a good setup. How many fundeds do I like to have stacked before chasing payouts? Honestly, the only reason why I'm doing it right now is because I already took a payout this month. So I took a payout the first week of June for like 20. I think after split it was like 22.50. So I think so far I've spent like $500 trying to build up the fundeds. And we have a couple fundeds. And then I'm working on these 5 apexes today. But I don't know. Next week I'll probably just only focus on funded accounts and then go for another payout. I haven't traded with TPT, but I find them interesting, and I would definitely consider adding them. The only thing I don't like about TPT is what's causing my hesitation with TPT is I just hate intraday or unrealized trailing. I mean, once you get over the buffer, it's fine, but that's just such a scammy rule. And the way that I trade is just like let's take this trade for example, okay? The one that I took down here. We on a day like today, we ripped 100 points in a matter of seconds and slammed back down. I got out for 200, but the floating profit I think at one point was like 600 bucks or something. So I would have had a winning trade, but because we're whiplashing and there's high volatility and it came back to my stop, even though I'm in profit, I actually got out for almost 100 ticks on that. I would have lost like $500 of drawdown, $400 to $500 of drawdown. I just can't get myself to like be like that's okay. You know what I mean? That's crazy to me. So I just can't let trades breathe. I gotta just, you know, trail the fuck out of them. And if I do that enough, I feel like it'll just start. I don't really think that's a good habit. But I know that there's people who can just they don't mind it. They can handle unrealized trailing, and then once they build the buffer, get past the buffer, and it stops trailing, they kind of like trade however they trade, and then they're just fine. Like some people just have no issues with it. But for me personally, it'd probably be an issue. Nice trade, Choosy. Trading pit? I've never heard of that before. So we took the highs. At this point, you know, we have gotten out of this area. Um, I'm seeing if we're going to continue this push up or if we're going to start slamming down back towards this area. The old Thrax would have been in 6 minis, 70 ticks. Yeah. Now we're over here on these evals trading 4 micros. What a change. Who is this guy? The volume imbalance with no stop loss setup, yeah. During Asia session. Peel one of the Apex accounts. Nah, I want to do them all at the same time. But not 6 minis all at the same time. I did give Old Thrax a chance. I gave Old Thrax a chance in May, and my pass rate became 30%. So I'm trying to change that. This might start slamming down. I'm watching this right now. It's important how this 5 minutes gonna close. Yeah, back when NQ was at 18K. Yeah. So I'm waiting for this 5 minute and 15 minute to close. I want to see if we're gonna start slamming back down. Um, I might try and take it. If it looks good enough. Just keep in mind, I am on evals right now, so just warning. You know, if you have an account you care about, and you blindly copy trade me, and I take an L on an eval, and you take an L on a funded account, not my fault. This is not financial advice. It's kind of a weak close, though. Makes me less inclined to try and go short. We'll see, actually. Do I use CBD? Not really. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna go into how big of the stop? How big would the stop need to be? I need us to push lower, and if we end up kind of like taking the lows sitting around here, I am gonna move it to break even. I just need to see us start having a little bit of follow through. Because we could still, I mean, we're kind of like making this like grind up. I'm trying to see if it's just gonna break down. Okay, so like there, I'm moving stop to break even, and we're just gonna let this baby ride. Watch it go fucking 100 points in the profit again, and then just like come all the way back. It's alright. Look, watch this push up. If you're a real savage, we're gonna add into it on the flip. Intro stop. Alright, we added into it. We're trailing stop. It needs to just break. This is also kind of aggressive. Oh shit, it added me into another trade. Wait a second. Alright. I kind of... How far did that go? Like 75 points. Alright, it's fine. Because it's going to come back anyways. Oh, where did this go? So, not the best. What'd you do, Choosy? Oh, very nice. So we had one trade that went 100 points in profit, came back to our break even. Another trade went 75 points in profit. Realistically, is coming back to our break even. That looks real bad for sellers. All right. Oh, damn. Sync pumped. All right, well, we were on the wrong side of that for sure. For sure. So we're coming up here, approaching where Tanuki has their HVO. I still think at some point we're probably gonna break down, but I just I don't want to try and time it anymore. Trump speaking. He didn't step out yet. Is he about to say something about Iran? We're just gonna just dump. Yeah, when he just says stuff. So kind of a nastier grind up here. Or is this where we're gonna start breaking down? Nah, not gonna fall for it yet. I'm not gonna fall for it until we're below 29,100. Kind of an uneventful day here for your boy. Oh, Evento, my bad. I didn't see your message. What do you change when you trade funded accounts? Well, I'm not. I'll actually wait for, like, when I trade an eval, I'm willing to take more aggressive entries, use heavier size, and hold for bigger I'm just more aggressive. I'm just way more aggressive on evals. Also in the past, like when I'm up pretty significantly in terms of money in, money out, I'll literally just full port them just to get them out the way. Blow them or pass them, doesn't matter. Like if I'm up like, let's just say I pulled like 10 grand in payouts and I've spent like $1,000 in evals. I'll literally just buy evals and full port them. But I don't. I kind of care a lot about risk management and funded accounts because I'm trying to keep them. You know. Although there are times where if I have multiple funded accounts, I will get really aggressive on a single one to just see if I can build a buffer pretty quickly. Because the goal is to build the buffer, kind of put them in a basket, and then just extract the payouts from them. You've had 13 funded accounts, like in the entire time that you were trading, or at one time? All time, 13 fundeds. Well, I have had a lot of fundeds, and I've blown a lot of fundeds. I've had a lot of evals, and I've blown a lot of evals. So it's interesting on the profile right now is on Tanuki because there's multiple 0 gamma levels on or like these multiple gamma flip levels on this map. This morning it's a little bit more, it's not as clean, it's more complex. The put wall is actually sitting above the call wall, which is interesting, but it'll probably snap back and forth between 950 and 800. I'm trying to see if we're gonna start breaking down. Pass or get licked. I want to see if we can start pushing through this area where we keep seeing sellers kind of get absorbed. And then I will consider taking another attempt for us to start breaking down all the way back over here. Like that. I want to see it hold though. Like I need us to kind of push, hold a little bit, not just come up, you know, keep this little, you know, grind up going. All right, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna give it another attempt. We're gonna hope it doesn't slam all the way back up. Slightly anticipating though, by the way. Slightly premature, anticipating. I need us to just follow through, so we're moving stop to break even. We need this 5 minutes to open up and just start ripping lower. Wait, where is this? 120? Okay, that's fine. I'll put it right here. Alright, so let's see if this is finally the trade that actually has some follow through, or if we're just going to continuously hit these 100 point moves and then just like have it snap back. I think this might be the breakdown lower though. Please be, at least. How far in profit is that so far? We got in at 131. Like 60 points. Or we basically went 100 points. Almost. Because if we can get a little bit of profit on these accounts, like we drop a little bit, and we get some profits, and it puts me up like maybe $1,000 on each of the accounts, and we don't just slam back up and hit my break even, then I'm actually gonna size up pretty heavy and just try and pass these accounts today if I build a buffer. But if it's gonna keep doing this, we're just going to be like, I don't know. I want to, dude, I'm trying to give it room to run. You know what I mean? But it just doesn't want to run. I'm going to add into it. Come on, just drop. Drop, 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 drop.
You see, stereophonic sound for the home is recorded on two separate tracks, each one giving special emphasis to certain sections of the orchestra, as heard from those positions.
It's not looking too good, though. We push down with sellers. They immediately just, you know, we see buyers stepping in, and then... Bro, why does it do that to me? I need to figure out the whole thing with the... I gotta figure out the whole, Oh my goodness, did I do it again? Dude, I probably did it again. Such... The break-even demon, yes. I'm an idiot for that, honestly. I was trying to add into it. Trying to get greedy. I'm now the new break-even king. Break even on break even. That was looking to be a pretty good ad, though, I will tell you that. We got like right up towards my stop. I added on the flip bearish, and then I kind of just poor trade management today, honestly. We did it on this one. We did it on this one. We did it on this one. Yeah. Don't put a stop loss, huh? Because then you're just anticipating you're gonna lose. Oh, that would have been the perfect ad too. It was like the perfect ad. We would have probably been up. I will say though, to my credit though, we have been taking some decent ideas. I mean, the two best ideas were the ones to go long here. Got a pretty good entry, and then go short up here for the breakdown. You know, just sloppier. I'm trying to like start with small size, right? And then kind of like add into the winners. But adding into winners, you got to be really careful how you do it, because you can just fuck up your trade. But when it works out, it's great. And you know, I usually do that with evals. But I have to be careful, and that's why I'm starting with like smaller size, because you know, these accounts, I'm trading 5 of them. These accounts have a $1,000 daily loss limit, and what I should be doing is, because this delivery really isn't that clean, I shouldn't really be adding into them like that. But these evals ain't gonna pass themselves. I'm okay with taking break evens though. Break evens for other people, like I know I'm messing around and like I'm like you know, but at the end of the day, I really don't care about a break even, because I put it a little bit in profit, so it just like slowly adds. Like, you know, we're up $300 even though I've hit like 3 break evens at this point, using 4 micros. So I mean, that's nothing to brag about, but you get my point. But if you're the type of, because some traders will have break evens trigger tilt for them. All right. Oh, I haven't been reading these. My bad. Why do I use ATAS in deep charts? Why not? I like execution on deep charts. Although I'm not the biggest fan of their order flow analysis. I don't think it's I think this is kind of like beginner friendly style platform, which is great. I mean, that's great, but it's not as customizable as I can get in ATAS, in my opinion. And also the replay mode in deep charts is kind of ass. It's like a trading view replay. The one on ATAS is way better. So I use ATAS for like, I do execute on ATAS as well, but when it comes to like alpha futures or even some other prop firms, because I'll give you an example. Lucid Trading blocked me for a bit because they thought that I was using an algorithm, and I was trying to explain to them I'm not using an algorithm, and they said it was because I was pinging their Rhythmic servers like 1,000 requests like every second. And I realized when they told me that that's because I have a really heavy workload for ATES. Like, you guys just see one of the charts. I have another one that all are loading different order flow data. So it's a lot of data, right? And it was probably, and when I connected Lucid to ATAS, it was probably just like pinging the shit out of their server, and so they blocked me. And then they told me I can't trade on ATAS with their because I don't want to use TradeC. So But I'm like, okay, well the next best thing is just for me to just execute on it on deep charts. And it's really good for adding into positions. Makes it really easy. Instead of like having to right click and do all that, you just click and drop it, which makes it pretty chill. Where did we get in on this trade? Somewhere right here. Disappointing. Yeah, Chris, I could take break evens all day. But I mean, I add into winners, and I got to be careful sometimes how I'm actually adding into the winners. But when you catch some momentum and you add into a winner, your winner's gonna be way larger than your losers. But it does result in a decent amount of break evens. Heat maps, yeah, I use this heat map. I see where it is. I see the DOM levels. Yeah, it's a little bit of a not the best delivery right now, in my opinion, for the way that I trade at least. So we're also approaching my cutoff time. Not the best session, but also not the worst session. The ideas were solid. Two main ideas for the day. Hourly open, push down, sellers fail, push up, go take Asia highs. Once we're up here, we're looking for a breakdown back into this area, which unfortunately we're doing without me because I tried to add into a winner. So, I mean, it is what it is. But that right there. But after, I mean, this is kind of what I was looking for this. And then I was looking for this. So like it dug a little deeper. Okay. But I was looking us for the push down, right? Push up. Come up here. It dug a little deeper. It was kind of like around here. But then fall down. And then that's it. That was all I was looking for today. So now that that's kind of done, it's just like I think we just come back tomorrow. Tomorrow, by the way, I think I'm streaming with Prop for a match. Wait, what day is it today? Oh, it's Wednesday. I thought it was Thursday. Damn, dude. Watching this just go without us. Would have passed our accounts. All 5 of them. Moment of silence. We need a moment of silence for what could have been, what should have been, but what never was. Wait, I was in 8 micros, so what is that, 4? Yeah, would have been over with. 3,000 would have passed all. We would have been up like, what is that? 3, 5. Would have been up like 15 G's on eval fake money. Now we gotta sit here and soaking our mistakes of what could have been, what should have been, what would have been. Yeah. No, it's all right though. There's always tomorrow. And I'm actually just more so happy about the Apex. Yeah, I got in shorts right here. Got in shorts right here. And then we came back up towards my break even, and I added right here into 8 micros, and then I just trailed stop too tight. Kind of the same thing that I did right here, where I go long right here, we add in up here, hit our stop before it went to Asia highs. So yeah, I kind of just like managed the trade poorly on this trade, the one that we were looking for this long. I managed the trade poorly when we were looking for the shorts. So now we're only up 300 times 5. Yeah, I usually recently I've been sizing smaller and having bigger stops because I mean like the ATR is been incredible. I mean, dude, the 5-minute ATR right now on TradingView is fucking 113 points. That's crazy, you know? So when you have really large volatility like that, you know, you can whiplash around 100 points at a time in a single 5-minute candle before actually continuing in the direction. And so I should have just kept proper, like, gave it enough room to breathe, but we're trying to get sneaky with it, trying to get a little fancy, and ended up resulting in what happened. But it's all right. It's better than taking an L, and at least the analysis was right, which is what I care more about. Because execution can always be refined, and sometimes I mess up, but. Yeah, that's good. You waited for the shorts. Yeah, this thing snapped back pretty hard. All right, I'm probably gonna just call it a day. So quick recap: we got in long right here. It went 100 points into profit. I tried to add into it, and then it hit my break even. We went short right here. Went 75 points into profit, hit my break even. We went short right here. How far did that go in profit till it hit my break even? I don't know, probably only like, oh no, it did go down because this was the candle that took me out. So I don't know, probably like 90 points. Went like 90 points in profit, came back, hit me out. But this was kind of what I was looking for. And then it happened, so I'm not going to sit here and try and form a new plan about what I think, blah, blah, blah. We're also usually at the time for my cutoff. So I'm going to call it a day, and I'll be back tomorrow. I might actually chill in the... I'm probably going to chill in the voice chat for a little bit and maybe sit there and potentially take a trade, but I'm probably going to get off stream. So if you want to join the voice chat, I'm going to go hang out in there right now. So I'll see you guys later.